I just want to start off by saying happy Yu-Gi-Oh Day. I have never been part of this, never participated in one for some reason, even when I was a very active player. But now that I'm starting bringing, reviews and stuff like that to the channel, I feel like it's appropriate. I busted out my special, prize mat that I own because I love Heroes and Jade and Yuki, being my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh duelist. Here it is. I haven't used it in a while. I'm gonna take it today to my friend's place because he's having a little tournament thingy later. But because it's super early in the morning for me and I'm fully awake, I promised you guys a deck profile, and I said I was gonna run Amazoness and Harpies, but because there's very limited things that you can do with that deck and how many cards that support it, I went with dragons. Yes, I'm sorry, but dragons are, just to keep it short for you and not going too long into the intro, dragons are the best deck. Amazon is being the second. There's Toon, the Toon deck, it's okay, but for sure, if you want to win stuff more often than not, go with dragons. You can't go wrong with them. So here we go. I'm gonna give you my deck that I feel has been working against other people's dragons decks in the mirror matches and everything, and it's more consistent, I feel, than the others. So here we go. Let me just zoom in a little quickly. All right. So obviously, start with the skill card. For yourself, this monetary, you don't know. If you happen to have a Lord of Dragons on your hand and you summon it, you flip this card over, you go into your deck, you get a flute of summoning dragon. And if you don't have a Lord of Dragons and you have a flute of summoning, Karibo of dragons, you reveal it, you add a Lord of Dragons from your deck to your hand. So it's really good. Aside from that, a little bit of advice, of course a little bit of spoiler. If you happen to open up your hand first with one of each, I would suggest to go and use the second ability, which is reveal a Flute of Summoning Dragon to get another Lord of Dragons from your deck to your hand. And I only say that because it's rather better for you to have 2 Lord of Dragons in your hand than 2 Flute, because you can't do anything with this without the Lord of Dragons, and you would have a monster in your hand, an extra monster, just in case you draw crap and then you just set it and to save you, maybe potentially draw into something better that could change the game. So little tip and advice, I would do that. So since that's already there, of course, the staple Lord of Dragons 3, you have to run them, you have to draw into them, and even if you don't, you have Flute of Summoning. But just, I mean, that's what it is. Pretty self-explanatory. They do nothing else, and they protect your dragons so from targeting, so that's okay. I use 2 Kaibamen in conjunction with 3 Blue Eyes. They're never dead unless you have this, a Lord of Dragons or Flute. So basically, okay, so this is my engine, right? 2 Red Eyes, 3 Blue Eyes, 2 Kaibamen. These are never dead because 6 cards out of the 20 are search your Lord of Dragons or Flute of Summon of Dragons. I keep calling Flute Karibo, but these are never dead. That's why I always use them. And the reason I use these 2 instead of the Tyrant Dragon is because Tyrant is it is, I think, a level 7 or level 8, but he's not a vanilla card, meaning no effect. And I need to have this card out in order to, active and floating, in order for this deck to be powerful, and just, so it's basically like Blue Eyes Turbo or whatever, or Red Eyes Blue Eyes Turbo, whatever you want to call it. So they're never dead. Kaibamen, just my tech. Other people tend to use the other 15 attack guy from the Yugi deck, which is whenever it's sent to the graveyard, you add a vanilla spellcaster or dragon type. I don't like using that. I don't know why, but I just don't. I don't think it's all that great, because then they use it with another spell card, I think it's Wonder Wand, and I don't like having cards that equip to other cards. So those are the monsters, and I mean that's pretty much it for those. What I've seen people use a lot, and this is all depends on your meta, like where you play and everything, but I like these a lot. The effects, if you roll a 1 or a 5, you take 1,000. If you roll a 2, 3, or 4, you get to destroy a spell or trap. If you roll a lucky 5, you get to destroy 2 spell or traps. So It also is based on luck, but usually more often than not, you get to destroy at least one card. Trust me. But the only thing I'm gonna mention, because rulings are still not all that out for the game, and some cards have like what is it called? Text flavors that could be outdated or whatever. But this one, for what I know, if let's say your opponent has a face down and you activate this, and you happen to get a number 5, because the number 5 is you have to destroy 2 spirit traps, and they only have 1. You can't, the effect fizzles and nothing happens. So that's the only bad part about it, really, in the 1000. But usually it's just the 5. If they only have 1 and you activate this, you have to destroy 2, and there's only 1, then nothing happens. But if you happen to have, if you really needed to destroy his face down or her face down, and then you have your own face down, you target both of them and you destroy them. But essentially that's what it does. It's a quick play. It's like Mystical Space Typhoon, and then if it's a number 5, it becomes Twin Twisters. I think it's a great card for now, at least, until Dust Tornado comes out, which I already mentioned, and I'll put it on the little information box things. And I forgot to mention these because I already mentioned, so 3 of them. I'm thinking of taking out to 2, I mean, because having these in your hand without Lord of Dragons is useless, completely useless. So I think I'm gonna cut them down to 2, and then after that I'll just bring up another updated and be like, yeah, here you go. As for traps, you have to run these 3. Best trap in the game. Definitely to run 3. You just, if you start with 1 on the field in the beginning, that's pretty much it. If you have a Blue Eyes and a Lord of Dragons, or just a Blue Eyes on itself, almost nothing can go over Blue Eyes unless you have Wind of Aquata, Etika, or whatever you call it, Etika. And then you go first. As long as you go first and you go this, that's all that matters. The ultra rares now look freaking crisp. And Wisdom of Irakwa, that's the one I was talking about. These are my tech choices for 2. Other people run Kunai Chain. If there happens to be a side deck when in actual tourneys, which hasn't been established yet, almost nothing has been established for tournaments. It's just you go in and you play with your deck. These are good just in general. Even if you go in mirror match, this is perfect, because as long as you have a Blue Eyes and you have this out, you pretty much have guaranteed a controlled field. And also, as for tournaments and stuff, I don't know how they're gonna do it with, you know, how many is it gonna be, the same 2 out of 3 or any of that stuff. But I feel like, if anything, because it's so quick and the duels go by so fast, it would be pretty cool if it would the format would be to 3 out of 5. I mean, it's crazy. But if they do 2 out of 3, they should at least have some type of deck list. But there you go. Like I said, happy Yu-Gi-Oh day. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. If you guys have anything to say about it, give me some criticizements, some critique, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for the brand new subscribers that I got recently. That's amazing. It's really exciting. And for sure, I'll keep you guys updated with any other, you know, relative Yu-Gi-Oh information. And also, I apologize for not streaming. I'll stream tomorrow. I've been busy with doing all this stuff and, you know, supporting my friend in his store. So yeah. Alright guys, I'll see you guys next time.